What is going on, guys? Rob here with RK Motorsports, and today we're going to be installing an Auctmarts fairing kit on this 2006 CBR 600 and giving it a completely new look. So this right here is my 2006 Honda CBR 600RR. I picked this up last summer and it's just kind of been sitting around, and now it's time to get some new fairings on this thing and making it look nice. You can kind of see there's some imperfections in the paint. We got some bubbles there. It looks like these fairings were previously painted. Back here, it's all cracked up and we've got some tape holding everything together. Back here is really cracked. Yeah, it's got some scratches. From far away, it looks decent, but I like my bikes to look good, really nice up close. Yeah, we just got all this paint and stuff, just doesn't look great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip these fairings down and I'm gonna install my new set of fairings from Auctmarts. A lot of people ask me where I get my fairings from. Auctmarts is a really nice company. I've used them a lot before. I probably ordered at least over a dozen fairings from them previously, and they were gracious enough to actually send me this set of fairings, which is gonna look sick on this bike. I can't wait to get these installed. And yeah, so we're gonna strip this down and we're gonna start getting those new set of fairings from Auctmarts on this bike. All right, so when I just took that tail fairing off, there was that little thing that fell. Look at what fell out of the bike. You never know what you're gonna find when you're taking these bikes apart. I think this is some kind of lighter. This thing's actually pretty sweet. I think it's all out of fluid, but hell yeah, you never know what you're gonna find when you're taking these things apart. The head on this bolt stripped out, so that might be a little difficult to get out now. Oh, actually, sweet. Just rotate it out this way. That's one way to do it. Nice. So in case any of you guys were wondering why I cut the push tab on the other side and kind of was trying to cut these ones on this side to get them out, is because these ones are like automotive like push pins for like fenders, and these are a pain in the ass to get out. The correct style for motorcycles are like this one, where it's got that little push in the middle. You can push it down and then it pops right out. Where these ones that were used, you can't do that, so I kind of just cut them off. These aren't what's supposed to be on the bike. And this one that is kind of the correct style, you can see that Phillips head is all stripped out. So that's why I just cut those off, and I just get these new ones and I just replace with these new ones when I put the bike back together. And these are supposed to be screws. These aren't even supposed to be push pins right here. So I'm gonna get screws and well nuts and put those on there. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these frame sliders from the bike because they're a little beat up and I don't really wanna have to cut a hole in my new fairings. So I'm gonna just remove these and I'm gonna put just some regular engine motor mount bolts on there, and we're gonna take those off and get those on there. Yo, what the? Yo, this one doesn't even have a bolt in it. This one literally does not have a bolt in it at all. You can see clear through to the other side. What the hell? I wonder if I can just kind of shimmy this out. I don't even know how to get this thing out. There we go. All right. Yeah, so that did not even have a bolt in there. So that means there was no motor mount bolt on this side. Alright, so I just took the heat gun and got all that blue rim tape off of the bike because our color for the fairings is not going to be blue anymore. And I also took that gunk engine shine. A lot of people asked me about this before, what I use to kind of polish up my bikes and make them look nice and clean. Gunk engine shine. I'll actually put a link in the description below this video where you guys can pick up some of this if you want to clean your bikes like this. But yeah, it gets the wheels nice and clean. Got that swing arm looking nice. Yeah, this bike's looking nice and clean now. So now we are ready to slap some fairings on. So those are in this box. All right, guys, check these out. I am so happy with the way these turned out. This is a completely custom set. This is actually paint. This is not a decal. This is high fluorescent yellow paint that is painted on. Look at how crisp those points are. Those nice crisp lines, that nice gunmetal silver, gunmetal gray, that matte. I'm not usually a big fan of like matte colors, but this looks freaking awesome. Auctmarts Fairings did an amazing job with this. These colors are popping and I cannot wait to get these on the bike. Highly recommended. These things turned out freaking amazing. So sick. All right, guys, so before I throw these fairings onto the bike, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this heat shield that came with the fairings and I'm gonna cut this up and put this on the lower pieces, like the belly pan pieces for the fairings. Now, a lot of people asked me in the past what this is, like where they can get it and what it's used for. So this is basically like a metal heat shield with a foam backer and adhesive on the back so it sticks to the inside of the fairings. Now, the purpose of this is the heat shield is gonna go right here, and these lower fairings are very close to the exhaust, so that heat shield is gonna create like a barrier so it does not melt our brand new plastic. So that is what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna cut these shapes out and stick those onto the inside of the fairings, and we're gonna get those all set. So I'm actually gonna dive into the differences between these two fairings right now. They look similar, but our new set is actually an injection molded fairing, where this one I believe is called like a compression molded fairing. They look the same, but the main difference is the tabs, where the tabs are mounted onto the fairings. You can see these with the injection, everything was molded all in one, and these tabs are all nice and square where they should be. Where if we move over to here, you can see it's kind of like rounded, and what they do is they mold this one piece, and then they stick on these little tabs afterwards. It's almost like kind of like a plastic weld or like an epoxy. But what happens with that is you can see this one actually broke off, and right here is actually the tab where it broke off. So you can see they kind of used like a glue or something to adhere that onto there. But the thing with that is, you know, it's not a very good seal, it's not a very good connection, and with these older style like compression molded fairings, these tabs tend to break off. Where on here with the Auctmarts fairings, everything's nice and secure, and these are less likely to break off. Now I believe this set that was on the bike is an older set of fairings. I'm not sure if they actually even do the compression molded fairings anymore, because the injection mold is just very common now. I'd say if you're looking to get an aftermarket set of fairings, make sure you get the injection molded fairings, especially through Auctmarts. I'm pretty sure that's all they offer, where if you get like, you see a set of fairings for like a lot cheaper, it might seem like a good deal, but you might have to watch out for these compression molded fairings, because just like this, some tabs can break off. So with that, I'm gonna install the headlight, and we're gonna start getting this more together. All right, guys, so this bike is all finished. I cannot believe how nice this thing looks. Again, just another shout out to Auctmarts Fairings because this paint quality is just unbelievable. Super smooth, super crisp lines. And this neon yellow and the silver, just amazing, just goes together so well. Another question I get a lot is how the fitment is of these aftermarket fairings. Now, these lines are very close. I mean, there's not much of a discrepancy between the pieces at all, and everything seems to go together very well. There's really not too many issues that I had putting it together. Obviously, it takes some time to do it the right way, and I feel like whenever people have issues with fairings not fitting correctly, it's because they're trying to rush the process and don't want to do it the correct way. This takes a while to put a set of fairings on if you're doing it the right way like I did, and I mean, it's just worth it in the end. Everything comes together so nice, and these fairings are outstanding. So another huge shout out to Auctmarts Fairings for hooking me up with this set of fairings. If you guys are interested in getting something like this, I'll put a link to their website down below so you can check them out. And I don't know if this fairing kit is available on their website yet. I'm gonna work with them to see if we can get that up there for everybody. And I'll see if I can get a promo code too that I'll drop below this video also. If you like the way this thing turned out, give me a like down below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.